What's going on, guys? Have you guys on? Good to have you guys in. All right. Let me get everything set up here. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Enjoyed your weekend. Hopefully, you guys, you stayed safe out there. Today is day 305 in the challenge. We did 412 today. Okay, 3-8. And change this. Hopefully, you guys had a great trading day out there. Hopefully, you guys traded well. Hopefully, you guys had a great weekend. Enjoyed your weekend. You know, make sure to study out there. Alright, guys, let me go ahead and get everything set up here. I want to do a quick stream today. Okay. Everything's set up here. Again, guys, hopefully you had a great weekend. Hope you guys enjoyed it out there. Hopefully you guys stayed safe and, you know, study as always. You know, it's always good to study. You can never study too much. You know, that's really the best thing to prepare yourself for everyday trading. You know, studying, putting in the time, putting in the effort. Let me get everything set up, though. Real quick. Again, guys, let's see here. Just getting everything set up. Today was a great day trading. You know, we traded pretty well today. I'm pretty happy with the way I traded overall. Today was a $412,000 day. And we'll go over how we got there in just a moment. Okay, let me just set everything up. As always, it takes me forever to set everything up, so just bear with me. Be patient. And I should be ready here in a second. Come on. Okay, so OPGN, EYE, GLSI. What else? INVO, and then we can do game. Actually, let's do AMC. Alright, cool. Alright, we're live, guys. So let me go live on TikTok as well. 412K profits. Okay, there's that. Alrighty, guys. Yeah, today we're up 412,000 on the day. We'll give it a second to get everybody on in here. Again, guys, hopefully you guys had a great trade day out there. Hopefully you guys stayed safe during the weekend. Hopefully you guys were studying very hard over the weekend. You know, building your knowledge, because knowledge is how you become the best you can be at trading. The more knowledge you have, the better you're going to be at trading, because at the end of the day, you're trying to be smarter than the other people that you're trading against. So just continue to build your repertoire, continue to learn, continue to study, continue to motivate yourself, and I hope that I'm continuing to inspire and motivate you guys as well. And we'll kind of go ahead and get started here in about, I would give it about 2 or 3 more seconds, or let's do 10, 20 more seconds and then go from there. What's going on, Todd, Nazir, Jason? What's going on, Kushal? Alright, guys. Give it a couple more seconds here, and then we'll go ahead and get started on today, okay? Yeah, my camera froze. I'm sorry about that. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and go over today's trading day. What's going on, Cuff? What's going on, Champion? What's going on, Rebecca? What's going on, Sean? What's going on, Carlos? You're welcome, Carlos. I appreciate you thanking me because it does take some time out of my day, and but I do it for you guys. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this. Hopefully you guys are learning and getting things out of my streams every single day, guys. Let's see here. There we go. Okay. So guys, we'll kind of just get started here. So as you guys can see, I traded ears out of the gate, took a little loser. Then I traded OPGN, took a little loser. I actually had a great average on OPGN with a solid amount of shares. I had a 266 average on OPGN way down in here on the first dip. And that would have been an insane opportunity. I just wasn't too confident. I wasn't nearly as confident as I should have been. I knew that EYES, there was going to be a sympathy play to it because of the day 2 runner. And this might have a day 3 run tomorrow. I mean, it wouldn't shock me. They held all day. You know, short's trying to bring this thing down, and then it looks like it's trying to stay and keep churning back up. So EYES is the number one watch for me to create opportunities. Not only am I watching the stock, but I'm watching the other names behind it like EARS and OPGN. Now, I saw this one out of the gates. Jordan made a great trade out of the gates. I should have been on top of this, but I wasn't. Should have been looking at it in here, just using the gap scanner. I didn't. So then I started long in here. But I had too much size. I had 559,000 shares. That is an insane amount of size. I didn't really realize how much size I had. And I actually held down about $60, $70, $80,000 right in here. And, you know, I got out of it. But then, you know, this thing ran to 390. And that could have been an insane win. And I was frustrated. But I still had a nice win out of it. I still took nice profits. I'll show you my trade. OPGN. I knew that I messed it up, but I saw it consolidated and hanging on. We had a nice rip through here, and I was like, okay, this is probably the number one sympathy play because, you know, of EYES because, you know, we had the first rip. This is a biopharmaceutical. You know, here's the volume. Then we get consolidation and another rip through the highs. And at this point, the second rip through the highs, once you get that first rip out of the gate, to me is confirming that this is probably going to be the number one sympathy play out of the day. It's within the same price range as EYES. You know, it had a lot of volume as well. Ears was well under the amount of volume that I was looking for. OPGN had a massive day. There's a OPGN. How much did it trade today, guys? Let's see here. It traded 372 million shares. So it traded over $1 billion today. So that's the kind of liquidity we were looking for. And so I took my first trade on OPGN. You can see here OPGN, 146,000 shares in 304, so right in here average. And then I started to scale into this pop right in here where the volume started to really pump up. And I took my first position off the table there. And then I started to build my second position. And that was basically, this was a very tough morning for me. You know, this was a very emotional and it was not easy for me at all, guys. You know, basically, I thought that this thing was going to, you know, consolidate and rip to 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe even 750. It was kind of my idea. Honestly, I felt like, you know, for sure we'd probably be able to get to $5 and then maybe 6, and then low end chance maybe 7. Because, you know, if you look at EYES yesterday, right, this thing had kind of consolidation, kind of rip, right? And then we had a huge ramp and rip here from $4.40 to $9, okay? So it started at this literally the same exact price range, I think, right? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we started in the 190s. It's not exact, but pretty much the same exact price range as EYES. So, you know, this was kind of just ripping up and then ripping up, and I looked at the time when it really ripped, and that was 9:45. So I was thinking, usually when it's a sympathy play, it usually rips about 30 to 45 minutes ahead of time, usually. So I was thinking maybe like 8:50 we'd hit the high-end mark of the day where we get the biggest rip, and then I was going to look for another dip buy and consolidation, right? But this is what I was going to look for on OPGN. And OPGN, I mean, it doesn't surprise me if this thing gaps to $5, $6, $7 tomorrow, guys, especially because the EYES is holding, all right? And it was an overnight idea, and it's still holding after hours. It's got the volume. It wouldn't shock me at all. Seen it time and time again. Okay. But and so I basically just started buying all the dips. I took my first trade there, nice winner, up about $65,000 on the day. Then I just started trying to buy all the dips, and right in here, guys, it's not easy, guys. I'm not going to tell you that it's easy. It's not easy to sit here and be down. I was down $150,000. My average is like $340 on this thing or something. And you know what? It is what it is. It's part of trading, and I knew that there was possibility that I could take a loss here, and it could be a big one. But I like my percentages. I've seen this so many times, and I felt like, the odds were on my side because I've seen so many sympathy plays pan out behind a stock that's gone 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000%. Okay? And EYES, guys, I believe on the first day it traded $3.6 billion. Okay? That is a ton of liquidity, especially for a small cap / maybe mid cap, right? And so, EARS I thought might do it, right? I thought maybe EARS was going to be the one, right? Because once you get above about 5 to 700%, there is almost always a sympathy play behind it that runs at least 100 to 150%. And then if it gets above 1,500%, the sympathy play can go 2 to 300%, so on and so forth. Guys, this is the amount of years that I've been putting in the time. I've been studying. I've been putting in the effort. This doesn't just happen overnight. I kind of do this like the back of my hand now. But it's because I've put in the time. It's because I've taken hundreds of thousands of dollars of losses. And it's because I've put in the time to realize that things like this do work out from time to time. It's not always, but you're always trying to put percentages on your side. When I was holding OPGN down here, right in here, I'm not going to lie. I was getting close to stopping out. $3 was going to be it for me. And it would have been like maybe $250,000 loss. And on the day, I would have been down about $180,000. But I knew the risk reward here, and I knew that I was just willing to hold because of how many. I can't go into huge detail on how I find these and how it works and so on and so forth. I don't have the time to do that. If you want to look at that, go through my course. It explains it in my course 10 times over, okay, in a very in-depth. But I don't have the time to go over exactly how I find these, okay? But, guys, you can see, and dips in here and dips in here and dips in here, and my P&L is swinging $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 every like 5-10 cents. So you can imagine kind of how stressful it can be as a trader when you have that kind of size, when you're seeing this amount of dip and being down that much, and then okay, I'm down here, and how hard it is not to just take my profits before I think it might dip through the lows and be done. Or we get a nice perk, and how hard it is not to take the profits off here, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe I should just be done with it. Or how hard it is not to just be like, okay, well, maybe this is going to come all the way back down to 3, and I should have taken my profits up here. And then we get a nice rip up here with a bunch of wicks, and I'm like, okay, this is not fun. There's a bunch of wicks on big amount of volume candlesticks. And then I'm like, okay, well, is this over? Should I stop out here and be up, 150,000? And then I see this move, and I'm like, okay, well, this might make the move right here. And then I get a huge slam back down. I'm like, this is going to retest the high, retest the high, retest the high, maybe break through it, right? And then it comes on back down. I'm like, oh my gosh, I had so much profit that I could have taken off the table, and this could be the end, right? And then it starts recollecting, and I'm like, should I take it off here because I just missed out on this? And I'm like, I don't want to do this all over again. And then like, can I take it off here? And then can I take it off here? And all these wicks, guys. But in my mind, I was thinking on this trade, I was going to start taking profits through highs. So I started taking profits off right in here. I believe I took a piece off right there just because I got nervous and I didn't want to triple top and end up having this thing come all the way back down, right? So, I took a piece off there, I believe, and then I took some off here, and then I took some off over the highs, and then this had a big candle, and I tried to take the rest off right in here, and then some of these highs in here. But I ended up doing decently on the average that I sold off on. OPGN, 334 in, 375 out. Okay, $290,000 winner. So that was my big win on the day, and then I kept taking good trades, very small trades, but I kept taking good trades throughout the day on GLSI. Took another trade on EYSE short. I took a 998 short, covered it up 965. GLSI took a small scalp, 38.83 in, 41.49 out. GameStop, 175.38 in, 176 out. So taking some small trades on smaller size. EYES tried to short it, covered it up, then it fell back down. Yes, one more short here, 936 in, 9046 out for $11,000 in profit. Tried to short it one more time. Luckily, I got out because that was right before it ripped up to 10 and 11, and then after I was to 13. EYES, I took a little small long there, like a $715 winner, and then GameStop, I took a couple of nice trades, $35,000 in profits towards the end of the day, 190 in, 192 out, and then after hours, I took a 193.81 entry in, $200 out. So that was a $30,000 lockout. And that's my day, guys. So today was basically just full of, EYES is going to be a solid trade. I'm still watching this thing. It's going to be a solid trade. It's going to be interesting to see how this one reacts tomorrow. My main watches going into tomorrow are GameStop, AMC, Express, OTRK, EYES, OPGN, EARS. Those are stocks that I'm going to be watching all day. Okay, those are going to have opportunities. They're going to have good amounts of liquidity and go from there. So, but yeah, guys, this is just the time and the effort that I've put in, the studying that I've put in, guys. I really thought OPGN was going to get to 5 to 6 to 7, and I was going to have multiple trades. But when I saw this come down, I was like, okay, that's ugly. And I think I bought a little dip in there maybe, but then I just like, screw that, I can't deal with that. And luckily, but at the same time, guys, I've seen these things come down, and the fact is, I think I'm like 70-30 that the reason why OPGN is running is because of what happened to EYES, because people don't forget on what happened to EYES. Therefore, on OPGN, you're getting all the people that missed out on EYES on top of the people that actually took the trade on EYES, and they're seeing the trade and they're like, okay, is OPGN going to do the same thing? And that's in the back of their mind. When it trades that much amount of volume, that's a ton of people, guys, all right? And so if OPGN gaps to 6 to 7, it will not shock me. It depends on what EYES does as well. But at the end of the day, I mean, anything's plausible. Nothing is ever 100%. OPGN was not an easy trade. It was actually a very difficult trade to be in, especially with the amount of size that I had. But over time, guys, you will start to learn more and more and more about certain setups, about certain sectors, about certain stocks, about how you can react, and things like that. I mean, you guys remember GLSI, right? This thing went from, $6 to 158 in one day. I mean, guys, there's nothing that's not possible in the stock market. You can go back and look at some of the biggest parabolic runners. Like look at GameStop, right? I mean, just insane. There really is almost never. There's always going to be opportunities, and you just have to prepare yourself as best as you can. I didn't trade GameStop the perfect way. I didn't trade GLSI perfectly. I didn't trade OPGN perfectly, and I didn't trade EYES perfectly. But the thing is, the more liquidity, the bigger the moves, the more emotional people get, the better I do, because when people get more emotional, that's when a lot of traders that aren't prepared for days like today are going to just go chasing things and go panic selling and go panic buying, and it creates that amount of volatility and liquidity that we look for. GameStop was a nice trade as well today. And again, OCRK, I'm still watching this one long term. PCG. So, is what it is, guys. But I hope that you guys are learning a lot out there. Hopefully you guys are studying a lot over the weekend. I'm not a financial advisor. Trade at your own risk. Have a plan, a process, and a strategy. As always, guys, I'm just a retail trader. Thoughts on low floaters? There's not a whole lot of low floaters going on right now. Thoughts on EXPR? It outran everything else on the day. So EXPR was definitely the strong one out of the AMC, the GameStop, the EXPR, the KOSS type run. CCIV, yeah, still watching it. Might need to pull back more. We'll see. I believe in the company long term, but we'll see what happens right now. It's very volatile. So you guys are interested in my course, check out the link in the description below. It teaches you my processes on how I trade. It's about 20 hours of content. Have tons of live trading, tons of questions. It basically just goes over my entire repertoire. How I trade. Free chat room, link in the description below. Make sure to check that out. If you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate that, guys. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and click that icon to if I make new videos. I would really, really appreciate that. Click that like button. Let's get at least 70 likes on here. There's 150 live on YouTube. I hope that you guys are enjoying every single day at NorMagnoTrading.com. I hope that I'm giving you guys motivation, and some drive to get you guys going, to inspire you guys, and to hopefully give you guys the push that you need to hopefully create opportunities in your life and to make the change in your life that I hope that I am. No one's perfect, and I can't teach and I can't mentor perfectly, but what I do know is I'm doing everything for myself that I didn't have when I wanted it 3 years ago when I lost half my net worth for you guys. A free chat room, wish I had that. A guy who came on live every single day and recapped all his trades so I can go over how he traded. A guy who is always fully transparent in his winners and losers. We were 4 for 5 green days last week, and I had very slow base hit days, but that was all on purpose to get my mindset back. And I had a $70,000 red day last week, and I'm not afraid to ashamed to say that. I'm not. It's a part of trading, guys. And at the end of the day, you have to be smarter than the other people around you trading. The people that are trading GameStop and OPGN and EYES and GLSI, you have to be the smartest ones out of the bunch to be able to trade that properly, long and short, okay? And that comes from preparation, it comes from hard work, and it comes from studying, okay? And you have to realize that it takes a lot of time. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme, okay? Anyways, I've been on here for 20 minutes, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream today. Hopefully you guys are fired up. Hopefully you guys trade well tomorrow, okay? If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Those of you guys on TikTok, my YouTube channel is Cam the Man. Cam the Man is my YouTube channel. I'll click that right there for you guys. That's my YouTube channel for you guys on TikTok, so you guys can make sure to check that out. I come on live every single day for you guys. And yeah, that's really all I have today, guys. Keep working hard, keep studying, and I hope that you guys are putting in the time and the effort. Ask yourself, do you put the time and the effort in? Do you study hard? Do you work hard? Do you want this bad enough? And ask yourself those questions, and maybe you don't, maybe you do, but at the end of the day, it's up to you to put that hard work in. No one can do it for you, all right? So keep studying, keep working hard. If you're interested in my free chat room, click the link in the description below. If you're interested in my course, teaching my process, link in the description below. The brokers that I use is also on my YouTube. Click that link as well. Brokers that pays you up to 2 free stocks that are valued up to $1,400. Check that out. I wouldn't just say that. It's true. It gives you the opportunity to free stocks by signing up to $1,400. Scanner that I use also on there. And that's really it, guys. Hopefully you guys had a great rest of your day. I am an affiliate for Trade Ideas and Webull, just so you guys know. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. Okay? If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. Click the icon to